Good morning, Marmot. You're cute. You like living at Guitar Lake? Thanks for having us visit. We like your house. Good morning.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Actually, because of yesterday's effort, really good.
Okay, good. I didn't sleep that good.
I mean, it's 11,000 feet, so it's still going to be rough, but I slept better the second night here.
Oh, I slept better the first night. But anyway, so I'm a little tired. We have about 11 miles to go today to a place called Tyndall Creek. So we're going to pass through a couple glacial moraines that have created some high plateaus. And our goal today is just to get close to the approach to Forester Pass, which we'll do on whatever, the Tuesday.
We have a food resupply obligation, so if we don't get that close to Forester Pass, it's going to just make the next day a mile or 3 longer, which we don't want. So yeah, we've got some undulation to go. We'll start at this level elevation at 11.2, let's just call it
11.5.
11.5. All right. Corrections always. Thank you. Awkward moment. There's a marmot right over Griddle's head, totally lounging. Okay, back to the subject. So we'll start at 11.5, and then we'll drop down, and we'll come back up, and we'll drop down, and we'll come back up, and eventually we stop at about 11,000.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
We're out. Bye.
Bye.
Heading out on our way to Tyndall Creek. So we'll pass through Crabtree Meadow and then turn north. 10 to 11 mile day. Weather is perfect for the moment, but typical for the Sierra. Around midday, the clouds move in. And some folks we saw the other day had dealt with some hours-long rain and hail. So as beautiful as this place is, it can be unrelenting. But that's just the nature of the Sierra.
We're descending from Guitar, and in the distance you can see Timberline Lake, and perhaps it's well named because now we're getting back into a region with some trees, and this is predominantly looks like lodgepole pine. This is lodgepole. Curtis, what's the main use of lodgepole pines?
For squirrels to have a home?
Squirrels? No.
Oh.
Well, I mean maybe in nature, but for humans, they're
power poles.
Yep, power and telephone poles, because they're known for growing pretty straight. And here in the Sierra, they're pretty easy to identify because they are the only conifer tree, that grows with its needles in little clumps of 2. And so if there's a conifer with a clump needle in 2, then it's a lodgepole pine.
Single greatest crapper in the woods.
Okay, we've made it back to Crabtree Meadow. We've had a nice little break here. Had to use the facilities that are offered here. And now we're going to head towards the Wallace Creek area. Heading out that way. We've been going up and down some undulations in the trails that are the glacial moraines, which are the end points of where glaciers stopped, terminated. And the most recent glaciers went through here about 15,000 years ago. You can tell it's a moraine because of all of this loose kind of rubble pile of granite and rocks that have just been kind of pushed and then left here as the glacier receded. This is called Sandy Saddle, and there's some creeks that create a series of meadows across this saddle, and it's gorgeous.
pretty much walking through a lodgepole pine forest on a 15,000 plus year old glacial deposited moraine. It's actually quite nice walking through here. A little bit of shade, a little bit of sun, some wildlife.
We're here at a spring getting some water to filter, and there are these beautiful monkey flowers that are growing right next to the spring. We're using a platypus to filter our water. It's a gravity filter system, and you gotta filter your water because there's a risk of giardia, which is a parasite that at some point I'm sure I'll fill you in the details on. But there's also diarrhea causing bacteria, like they're called coliform bacteria, like E. coli is an example, that could be in the water. I mean, the odds are pretty low that it's here on this stream, but better safe than sorry. And we'll just take the few minutes to have a break and get fresh, cold, filtered water. We're walking down towards the Wallace Creek drainage, but here you can really get a sense of the granite chaos left by the glaciers as they receded.
Real nice trail section here that we're going through. Another moraine. Rock rubble around here is incredible. This is a really nice part of the hike for today. We'll get down to a place called Wallace Creek, take a break if the mosquitoes aren't too bad, and then get to Tyndall, which is just before Forester Pass, which will be tomorrow's highest pass that we'll go over on the JMT. On our way down to Wallace Creek, which sounds more like a river at this point.
This is Wallace Creek that we're crossing, and once we're on the other side, we're going to stop and have a little snack break before we start heading up the other side of the drainage.
This is Wright Creek, and this is what it looks like to cross the river. And then when you look behind where I'm standing, right in the middle is Mount Whitney, where we stood on top of yesterday. It's pretty amazing to be standing here. Basically, when we came down that mountain, there's a bunch of little jagged peaks to the south of it, and then we went around this ginormous plateau right here to come up where we're standing right now.
This is the Bighorn Plateau, and it's about 11,400 feet plateau. You can see it's a wide open expanse with incredible views. It's named after the California bighorn sheep, which is very actually unlikely to be here because they like the rocky, steep cliffs of the mountains off in the distance. The California bighorn is a case of conservation in action. In the late 90s, there were less than 100 of these individuals sheep left, but with conservation efforts over the past 25, 30 years, the numbers are going back up. They're still endangered, and I still think there's less than thousands of them, but they have more than like a critically low number. So I doubt we'll ever see any California bighorn, but this is where they would hang out, and this is the Bighorn Plateau.
We are on our final mile and a half for the day. This big round mound is called Tawny Point. We're going to get the left shoulder of this slope, and we'll end up in Tyndall Creek for the night. Been a good day. We started at Guitar Lake and made it up here. I'm gonna guess somewhere around 10 miles, I think. Anyway, good day. Okay, I think the tree's in sight.
Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's it. That's it. Right, can you please tell us why that tree is so meaningful to you?
Without getting really emotional about it,
You can if you want.
there's things in nature that leave an impression. And that tree has.
I remember 10 years ago when we did this hike, we stopped for about 30 minutes, at least, for you to stare at, admire, photograph this tree. It left an impression on you then. We have a picture of it hanging in our
a picture of the wood in our kitchen. Okay, so I made it to this tree, and it's amazing. It's no longer living per se, like many of the other foxtails around. But the amazing thing about foxtails is they live in these crazy high plateaus at 11,000 feet in these small bunches. Yeah, there's probably 500 to 1,000 trees in a general area. Something about this tree hit me 10 years ago, and it's not ever left. And I think it's a magnificent tree, much like sequoias and redwoods, bristlecones, all the different species. I'm no biologist, or whatever the proper name is for somebody who studies trees. But the thing of it is this tree has been here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And it still stands even after death in this spot.
Okay, go hug your tree. Yay! We love this tree. We are at the Tyndall Creek, I think they're called Frog Ponds, just south of, are we south of Tyndall Creek?
We would be a little east of Tyndall Creek, just a tiny bit east. Tyndall Creek is on the other side of the camera.
Correct. We haven't crossed it yet. So we're just 0.1 mile away from the creek up here at this lovely little pond. It's not too crowded here. There's only a few other people camping, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Really
hopefully
quiet.
We sleep well tonight. I'm tired, so I hope I get a good night's sleep. We went 11 miles today.
A lot of down, a bit of up.
Yeah, it was undulating through the moraines. Curtis saw his favorite tree, and so how are you feeling? I'm tired.
I'm tired. I feel good, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's at elevation, so I mean you're working hard at elevation.
Yeah.
And
No, I feel good. I mean, I don't feel like bad. I'm just
no. But
tired and
it
like
takes us to elevation and the distance, everything.
Yep. So tomorrow we have a big day because tomorrow we'll go 5.3 miles up to the Forester Pass and then down towards Vidette Meadow, which has happy memories for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's a big up to Forester Pass, the second highest point on the JMT.
12, 13?
Yes, I don't know.
2?
I'll have to look at our...
We went over it once, but it's been a long time, but whatever.
It's the highest pass on the JMT.
Yep, but not the highest point.
Not the highest point.
Because Mount Whitney is the
yeah, we
highest
conquered
point.
that yesterday.
Yep. Okay, Curtis, I'm sure we'll show you the view.
Oh, yeah.
So, bye.